We are here on day 1A of the Bar Poker Open at the Florida World Championship. I am here with George. We just got underway a couple of minutes ago. What's your status, George?
I got knocked out.
Okay, we just started maybe 2 minutes ago, George.
It takes less than 2 minutes when you play poker.
Okay, so you played poorly, and are you double parked?
No, I'm not double parked, and I didn't play poorly. It was a fair hand, let's say.
But people generally, you get warmed up in a championship fight. There's no reason to put all your chips in the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, well, I flopped top pair with top kicker and got excited, so I called an all-in and lost.
I'm glad. There's no complaining about it, no whining about it.
Nope.
And you've acknowledged yourself to be, if not a bad player, certainly to play bad in that spot.
Okay, I'll concede that. I played bad in that spot.
Okay, George. Someone get him a water. I do understand you supposedly won something the other day.
Yes, I was at the bar at the Rock and Roll Poker Open, and I won first place at the senior event.
How much was that worth?
$11,000.
And how much was the entry for this?
$365.
So you're up a good amount, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right, so you went from first place to first out.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I went
Not a bad plan if you're up almost $11,000.
true, very true.
Sir, what's your name? Where are you from?
Ian Alville, Stuart, Florida.
And what is your greatest accomplishment with Bar Poker Open?
Last year, 1 year ago today, actually got to the final table with some gentlemen right here at the exact same table. This should be the featured table as is right now. And I ended up getting lucky against a legend, and I won the main event.
Oh, you won the whole thing last year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dead cold sober, or were you drinking a little?
Well, I was drinking a little. I was definitely not sober, but I wasn't over-served. Definitely not over-served. They're actually pretty stocked and ready for tomorrow and Monday, I heard. So I'm looking forward for the opportunity of what they've stocked.
You won last year. The deck kitchen of the head, or were you playing really, really well?
I heard I played the best games of my life from the dealers that I normally play with. They said they'd never see me play something like that.
And are you playing any differently this year to foul them up, or same game?
There's a couple different moves I've learned, so I might try them. I got earlier this gentleman used one against me. Haven't forgot it, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and play this hand.
Why don't you go and play this hand? Small pocket pair alert. Let's see if we can win this
On
thing.
TV, let's win one.
Tread lightly. We got a competition.
Got one. If you're my good luck charm, sir.
Let's hope so. We got a flop of Jack, Ace, King, Rainbow. Very wet flop. Neither wants to add another king. Four straight out there. Oh, why don't we take a shot at it? Take a shot at it.
Four of them.
Oh, Lord! Can you believe this? That you got a hand against that.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Live on TV, 4 kings flopped it. Woo!
You're welcome.
You got it? You good? I need that video, baby. I need that.
Hi, welcome to the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship. I am Norman Chad here in West Palm Beach at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. You may know me from the World Series of Poker or from the Trailways bus station in Frederick, Maryland. Out in Las Vegas, they have the big boys. Well, here, this is just more for the common man. And so anyone can win this thing. The common man comes here. They flew me in coach all the way from the West Coast for this big event. Let's get to it. Why'd you join, and what's your favorite experience with it?
Just the fun of the game and having fun with it and meeting new people and enjoying the action and having the opportunity to meet somebody like you.
You're making me blush. And if you make this final table, you're not only going to be in the money, you not only have a chance for the $30,000 guaranteed first prize, but you get me commentating, mostly in English, on that final table, on the live stream. I will say the best things about you, if you give me a little, you know what I'm talking about. So come on down and follow. If you can't come on down, follow all the updates on Poker News. I like the hat. I like the beard. If you weren't taken, I'd marry you.
Thank you. You're pretty good looking yourself, sir.
Looking nuts. What's the best aspect of bar poker for you?
Oh, just getting out and seeing people, making a lot of friends. I have many friends just play poker.
How long you been doing bar poker open?
I've been doing bar poker open probably for about 10 years. You open up at a bar across the street from my office about 10 years ago. I started going there Mondays and Tuesday nights, and even now 10 years later, we're still doing it.
Playing it that much, did that affect the fact that your place of work fired you?
Funny enough, my last day of work was last week.
We started with 395. We are down to the final table of 9. We will play to a winner, $30,000 up top. Let's see how it folds. We'll be there until we declare a winner.
Welcome to day 2, the final table of Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship event. My name is Jesse Fullen. Norman Shad is about, I'd say, 23 paces away. He'll be here shortly to join me. We're so excited to be here with you guys. Thank you so much. This has been a blast. 395 players down to the final 9. And we are going to be here with you until we have a winner tonight, taking home $30,000 and the championship trophy, of course. Our time? It's our time, that's right. It's their time, Lester. Not our time, not your time for sure. You ready? Come on in. Yeah, we just had, yeah. I didn't have a choice to start without you. The poker dealer started. I mean, all right, Norman's. Norman's unhappy with our green room. We got too many women in the room, he says. But Norman will be here shortly. Big Al has King 10. We're looking at Pierre and Christopher. There you go. Big Al gets it through. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're just getting started, y'all. Norman Chad's got his briefcase out. Don't know what he's doing here. There we go. Take a look at the chip count here. Pierre is our chip leader going into this final table with 30% of the chips in play, 3.4 million. Our short stack, Pablo, made it through 3.9 bigs. Blinds are 30, 60, 60 here at this stage. It's a party. Uh-oh. Pablo, our shortest stack, looks like he found an ace and a queen. You see Pablo right there with a beautiful red no-limit hat.
I can't hear you.
Let me give you a little bit more information about Pablo before. He's all in. Pablo is from No Limit, Florida. He's network ops support. And when I asked him, what's your craziest job you ever had in your life? Welcome, by the way, Norman Chad. Pablo told me 1 year he did roofing in the summer.
Roofing?
Yeah.
That's a real work.
I mean. If you're in chat, let us know if you can hear me. My name is Jesse. You can hear my friend Norman Chad as well. We appreciate it. It does look like Pierre is going to make the call here. And Christian to his left, the specialist, says no, thank you. Looks like Patrick the Big Blind is our last player to act. He releases his mystery cards. Oh, Pablo says, I know what you're all hoping for. His exit so they can get that pay jump. All right, Jack 10 of hearts versus the Ace of spades and the Queen of hearts. Ace on the flop. That's a good sign for Pablo. King, uh-oh. Uh-oh, no queen, please. Oh, no. Pierre, runners, Broadway. And no one reacts. No one reacts. Pablo flopped him. He had... There we go. Thank you, Al. Yeah, that's right. Final table, got in good, and got brutally beaten on the river, and they all just watched it happen.
How many times have they seen that happen, sir?
It's hard for me to know because I just met these players. How many times I've seen each one has seen a river
It was a rhetorical question.
a river suck out. Welcome Norman Shad to the broadcasting booth. Norman Shad, he is a world-renowned poker commentator. You may know him from 2003 when Chris Moneymaker won the main event in Las Vegas at the Binion's. That's yours? Are you sure? I just put my computer there. Oh, okay. That's yours. That's funny. I had the wrong computer this whole day.
This is like doing a broadcast out of a thrift shop. Let's concentrate on the action. And you're doing transactions with the other people here.
I got pizza on its way, too.
Oh, Lord. Okay, we're going to take a break.
Appreciate you guys in chat. Susan C. says, I cannot hear Norman. Really?
That's a good start. Well, I can't hear you in my headset, but if she can't hear me, that's not good.
Try the other headset. Maybe.
Oh, this is great.
Well, no, I think because just try that next headset just in case. I appreciate you, Susan. Thank you so much in the chat. Test. Is that better, Norman?
I'm speaking again, but I can't hear you in the hoozy.
All right. Hey, guys in chat, if you guys can hear Norman, let me know, please. That is frustrating you can't hear me.
30,000. I didn't realize it was $30,001.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's because it's all in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went up a little bit today while we were doing this.
Why do you lie to me?
Because
Can they hear me?
Sean says I cannot hear Norman.
We can hear you both.
Okay.
Sean has those quality control things where he can't hear me. Very smart.
If Sean can't hear Norman, he probably can't hear me either because his speakers are off. That's a simple fix. Just turn it off mute. All right. Ethan Meyer says, I hear Norman. I can hear both. LOL. Great. Wonderful. Welcome, everybody. Again, we are at the final table of the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship event. If this is your first time ever watching a Bar Poker Open stream, welcome. Check out more information at barpokeropen.com if you want to find out if there's a Bar Poker Open location near you. You can come out and play at almost no risk and win some big prizes like these guys. $30K up top. Fantastic. Big Al's got pocket eights before that. Got Patrick with King Queen offsuit. Just going to raise to 160.
I believe Patrick is almost a ringer at this table, Jesse.
Yeah?
He has nearly $300,000 in live tournament earnings, which is a pretty high number.
Mamacita, yeah, it's huge.
And, of course, at the Bar Poker Open Las Vegas earlier this year, he finished second. That was $55,000.
Damn.
And his buddy Miguel Medrano, who was unable to come here, he was the winner for that $100K. But Patrick, got some results.
The one to deal with. Brandon over here, 10-9 suited, makes the call. Flops a 9. 2 hearts on the flop. Patrick does have that queen of hearts that could come into play. For now, it's just 2 overs. So in Bar Poker Open, Norman, we don't really care so much about the cashes. We like to convert that into bar tabs. So if you hear 300,000, that's really 30,000 bar tabs.
That's a lot of bar tabs.
Each one's being a $10 bar tab, like a beer or two. So yeah, for any hidden up scores you found, if you'll just take away one of the decimals, and yeah.
So commanding this table pretty much is Pierre and John Serapa. They have more than half the chips at the table. Everybody else at 20 blinds or below.
I walked around the table and got some information from each player, Norman, that I'll go through like we did last night. In case you missed it, we did commentate last night's 100K as well out here at Palm Beach Kennel Club. Had a great time with you last night, Norman. Then we went to a random restaurant, Finnegan's. Check, check, check. All right.
If there's anybody in production,
Listening
I
to
cannot
this?
hear you.
Okay.
So it's hard. And that's a blessing in disguise, as you know. But I cannot hear you.
Hey guys, just a second. This is the how it goes. Hey Nancy, he can't hear me. Norman can't hear me or Stephanie. He can't hear me. We tried both of the headphones.
We just had you on and you were coming in nice, loud, and clear.
No. It's in the headphones. He can't hear me at all in these. Yeah, here. Take those, Nancy.
Adjust.
Okay. Norman, check. I'll keep doing this for a moment. No, check. We appreciate you guys. We're just getting this party going, really. Check. Check. Oh no, you don't want to do that one. It has yeah.
I just wanted to see what was said.
Oh, okay. Check, Norman.
I cannot hear Jesse,
Can you hear table talk?
and I can't hear the table talk either, which
Okay.
we do have a couple talkers at this table.
Oh yeah.
All right. I got it. Those are turned off. This is the one I love.
We got an all-in for Love All, Ace 3 of Diamonds. Is that better, Norman? Cool. Okay, perfect.
That is better.
Nancy,
We're all now set to go.
Nancy, you are a lifesaver. Nancy, you just turned down my table talk thing. I can't hear it.
Your table?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you just turned down, I lost my table talk. Check.
I think the wire is good.
Love all takes it down.
I'll make it work. It'll be okay.
Gerald on a short stack.
I can still get chips. It's okay, Nancy. Yeah, we'll be good. Thank you, my friend. All right. Norman, it's a good thing you couldn't hear me because I was saying horrible things about you.
Okay. Nothing I haven't heard before from all members of your family. We had, by the way, what are the chances? 400 players here.
Yeah.
We're down to the final 9.
Yeah.
3 of them have Rhode Island ties. That's a statistical improbability.
Yeah, it really is. 395 players?
Yeah. I mean, do the math. It's a small state with not that much of a population. We're not that close to Rhode Island here in South Florida. And 3 either live in Rhode Island currently or used to live in Rhode Island.
That is pretty wild.
It could be the new poker hotbed.
This gentleman in the white t-shirt here in C2, that's Pierre. He is a sales manager from Brooklyn. He's part of, No Limit Florida. That's the information I got about Pierre out of him. To his direct left is Christian in the brown hoodie. Christian's from Pikes Peak. His career, his occupation is a poker player. I tried to get anything out of this guy. He wouldn't tell me anything. Finally, all he would tell me is, I'm wearing swim trunks. He stood up and he was wearing swim.
You didn't get his shoe size?
No.
Okay, that's too bad.
No, I couldn't get anyone. I did get from Gerald, but I'll come back to Gerald. Yeah, Christian's wearing swim trunks and he has bad vision. We'll tell more about the players after this hand. Brandon with ace-4 suited wants to see a turn for sure. Facing that flop. Sean Dizzle, when you say the specialist will show you a thing or two, you want to spell two T-W-O. The way you just spelled two is actually like going to someplace, like a post office. W is needed there for the number. Queen of clubs on the turn.
I'm sorry, are you grammar checking the chat? Spell checking the chat?
Yeah, I might be.
Yeah, interesting.
Carnegie, we were just fixing things. Everything's solid now. All set, buddy. Appreciate you. I mean, Norman used to be a writer. You care about grammar, right?
You don't used to be a writer. You're always a writer. Where do they find these people?
Do you still write?
That I work with? Yeah, I still write. I even write snail mail letters.
Nice.
Think about that.
You've never sent me a letter.
Well, it's a relatively exclusive group that receives letters from me. You know, just 200 or 250 of my closest friends and acquaintances, and you didn't make the cut.
Excellent. No spade comes in for Brandon, sadly. I mean, you want that flush to get there after that flop. You want it so bad.
Yeah.
Pierre's ace high with the 9 kicker is good. Doesn't feel great. And Brandon does bet 200, which I love to see. But Pierre, you're the chip leader. Oh, he's thinking about it, man. It is a very small bet. Brandon comes off a short stack too. It's a very strong-looking bet, in my opinion, with that short.
Without question. I mean, he's risking a big percentage of his very short stack.
I think if he jams,
it works.
Oh, it does work. Solid, Brandon. Solid. What's up, Woo-ah? Appreciate you being in Twitch chat. This is the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship event. We've got 1.2 million bar players in our leagues spread out across the country and the globe. We have a league in Australia, we have a league in Canada, and spread all across the country from West Coast to East Coast. You'll find players like Patrick sitting right there in the 5 seat who's won over $300,000 in his 100 mob earnings, rather.
Yeah, 300K.
But bar poker is fun because it's a place where people can make friends, play poker, have a drink. And this event here, Woo-ah, actually in chat, $30,000 up top. And some players here didn't pay a single penny to play in this event. So imagine that. It's pretty fun. So appreciate you being in here. Hang out. Let's see who wins this event and takes down that big prize.
Brandon now on the hijack with that nice play last time, and Brandon played a lot of poker when he started in the Navy. He's been in the Navy for 15 years.
That's awesome.
Supply Corps officer. Thank you for your service.
That's awesome. Yeah, he is a lieutenant commander in the Navy currently. And he chopped the Quantum Millions recently for $129,000, he told me. All right. It looks like we found our missing player. John G. is sitting there in the 4 seat with the EPT hat. That's Eastern Poker Tour. Love to see it.
And John G., one of our Rhode Island crew.
Jack 4-6 rainbow flop here. Both of our players do get a little piece of it. Pierre with the 4, while Christian, a.k.a. the specialist, has the Jack. All right. He jams. Just 360. Pierre has bottom pair. It's less than 10% of your stack. It's a call.
It's a pretty dry board, but it's the blinds playing. Anything can be your starting hand. Bottom pair usually pretty good in the blinds on the flop, but Christian says this is for all my chips.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, for Pierre, Jesse, this tournament's a win-win for him. If he wins it, he wins it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, even if he loses it, both Christian and John next to him in seats 2 and 3, they say they might buy a car with their winnings, and Pierre sells cars.
That is fantastic. Boom.
He does lay it down, and Christian gets it through on the flop.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's go around the table more. I'll give you more information. Sitting right there in our 5 seat, that is Patrick. He's from New York Free Poker. I asked him what his job was. He says, I'm a dilettante.
Yeah, dilettante means he's between jobs.
Ah.
Okay. Fancy word for right now. I'm not answering to the man.
I asked him what his most wild job he ever had was, and he tells me he used to be a pet chauffeur.
Now that is more distinctive than a roofer.
Yeah.
You don't have as many pet chauffeurs as you do roofers. Not quite sure the responsibilities of a pet chauffeur.
I mean, you have to have a driver's license.
You can't chauffeur a pet by foot?
No, I mean, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Sitting to his left right here in the maroon outfit, that is Al. He's from barpokeropen.com, former postman. Man,
Big Al.
Yeah, I tried to get anything out of him, and he's like, he just didn't want to tell me anything. I'm like, come on, man. He's married. I asked him how many girlfriends he ever had in his lifetime. He starts cracking up, and it's like his wife is watching me, I guess. So I'm guessing at least 100 based on that. But he's
glad you're
married with 3 kids. And obviously a ladies' man. If you can't tell me, it's got to be a huge number.
No. He was just being polite.
Ranger Mike says 1.
Okay, so this is like AC Doocy.
We're going to say a line. I'll say over.
The answer is probably between 1 and 100.
Yeah.
You ever do the math on Wilt Chamberlain's claim that he slept with 20,000 women in his life? If you just start him sleeping at a very early age with women, let's say age 13 or 14,
Yeah.
it's like 4 women a day every day for the rest of his life.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a big number. So I got to believe that number is not accurate.
Oh, my goodness. All right, we got King 10 suited versus 6s. Jack 4-4 rainbow flop. Pierre with the pocket pair is in the lead. Raul on YouTube asks, am I listening to Norman Chad?
No, okay. Yes, you are. No one would actually pretend to be me. There's no upside to that.
No one would pretend to be me. Is that pretty close?
I don't know. They'll have to judge that.
Okay.
Anyway, John Serapa puts in a bet of 180. Not a big bet here on the flop.
Pierre from the button with the small pocket pair.
Pierre made a great river call when we were down to 2 tables on Gerald. Gerald put them all in on the river, and he just had the 1 pair. Before on the turn, I'm sorry. And it was for Pierre's tournament life. He called for it, and it started him to the chip lead. He got pocket jacks a couple of hands later and knocked out a player with ace-king. And he has been at the top of the chip charts since then.
There you go. Looks like Pierre's going for a raise. I just heard someone in the room say the Norman Chad special.
What's the Norman Chat special?
Not a clue.
I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, this is for John. This is either bluff shove or fold.
Right.
There's no call here. I don't think there's a bluff shove here. Not sure what he's thinking about.
Just to give you a little more information about John here, he's from No Limit, Florida. Man, this hand. His occupation, facility technician. He came in first place in a 25K tournament. I asked him, John, how much did you make in that first place? He told me, well, it was a 10-person chop. We each took home $5,200.
That's pretty good. 10-person chop. That's a final table chop.
Yep.
Anyway, he lays it down. Not many options there for John. John, by the way, also, just like Brandon, did a Navy stint, so we have 2 U.S. Naval service members at this table.
That's awesome.
Brandon currently, and John did a 5-year stint a number of years ago. And Pierre now with nearly half the chips at the table. We were 8-handed.
Joker Jake in chat mentions the pay jumps. Let me tell you what's going on here. All right, we are down to our final 8, 28-41 for 8th place. It will be 28-64 for 7th place. You're right, that is a very small pay jump, but sometimes that's how it goes.
By the way, let's give a heads up to the bubble person of this final table. Finishing in 10th was Tracy Maynard Harris.
For 2,085.
First tournament ever.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
So, almost final table. Cashing her first tournament ever and almost final tabling it. Great job, Tracy.
That is insane. Yeah, I remember, I think she told me she didn't know what a bubble was. And then she became the bubble.
I was in the money in a small tournament in Los Angeles, maybe the 3rd or 4th tournament I ever played. I didn't know what a chop was.
Sure, of course not.
So when we were 7 or 8-handed, they started talking about a chop, and I didn't know what they were talking about, and someone declined it. Then we got down to 5-handed, 4-handed. These guys seem to know each other. I didn't like it. We got down to, and this is why I've always been anti-chop also. Yep. We got down to 3-handed, and the other 2 seemed to be ping-ponging on playing against me heads up. They wouldn't play in a hand against each other. Okay? They were better players than me, but it was always me against one of them. I got knocked out. I go stand over somewhere to a friend of mine I'm talking to. I look back at the table just to see what their chip stacks are. They're chopping right there. And I just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely. Of course.
I wasn't 10 feet away from the table, and the chop was...
Now we can chop. Now we can. He gets almost nothing. We'll all split the rest. Brutal. Pierre takes it down with pocket threes. That's how you do it. Here's our chip counts. Pierre is crushing this final table so far with 5.3 million. All right, I'm going to continue my player, just our introductions.
Yes.
So we've gotten through Al. We've already talked about Brandon, who's the lieutenant commander. So let's talk about Pablo. We talked about Pablo, network ops support. Talk about John. I guess my last person really is Gerald McKinney. It's in the 1 seat. You'll notice him briefly wearing an orange scarf. Oh, we got an all-in. Let's take another break. Okay. All in from Brandon.
6 big blinds. And he's running to bad luck.
Oh, no kidding.
They have almost identical stacks.
That's pretty brutal.
And Brandon is at risk, and he is dominated.
Big L lets it go. Ace-8 of diamonds versus the offsuit ace-king.
They're making sure who's got what. If our chip counts are correct, Brandon is at risk. If he gets lucky, then Patrick will be down to 15K.
8 on the flop. My goodness. It's to see it not happen. Wow. Ace-8 dead man's hand holds up. That's brutal. Ugh. The specialist is down to 15,000.
Christian down to 15,000.
It's half a small blind, almost.
Half a small blind, almost. Yeah, 37.5. Do your math.
0.2 big blinds.
That's a bad number.
That's almost chipping the chair.
So Christian recalling when he was down this far a couple of previous times and has been able to build back up
Oh,
in
good
tournaments.
Lord. Look at the people around him. Pierre's got ace 5. John G has ace 10. He's in the middle with ace 4, thinking, at least I have an ace. Bad news. Uh-oh, God. Wow. This is a fun table. See, this is why I love bar poker, Norman. This is why. This reminds me of all those fun events that you and I have
Without
talked
question.
about and seen before, and on the West Coast.
It's a better way to go.
No kidding, man. I love when people talk and have fun, enjoy it. Oh, mama.
And the best ace shoves.
That's right. It says, Pierre, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, it helps protect the specialist's hand. It'd be one less hand he's got to beat. He's got to. Specialist is going to probably need a 4 to stay alive here.
All right, Pierre does release the ace 5.
All right.
I love this. Do you hear what he said?
No, what was he telling the dealer?
He tells the dealer, make sure the small blind and the big one, you only take 15K out of them for me.
See?
He's making sure he only gets what he's due.
You know, he doesn't belong around some poker players.
That's amazing.
That's very nice, Christian.
No kidding.
Yep. Here we go. There you get a backdoor straight or flush.
All right, we're looking for a 4 or 5 here.
Nope.
No. I mean, he showed his true character there at the end. Standing applause for that guy. Christian, way to go from Pikes Peak. Did an amazing job and really showed his character, and I loved it. That was amazing. He'll finish in 8th for $2,841. Our next pay jump, they're all talking about it, $23 jump.
Yeah, it's kind of odd on the pay jumps here, and actually there's no really big pay jumps till we get to 3 to 2 to 2 to 1, but they're kind of weird.
I mean, listen, bar poker is known to be kind of weird too, so it's okay. But hey, Norm, let me ask you, what would you do with $23 if you had it right now?
I would just hand it to you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do you have $23?
Yes, because I know you would be very grateful for it.
I would be. 100%. All right. You heard it first, folks. Ace Queen for Al here.
Big Al.
No kidding, Lester. Amazing run. Christian really crushed it. Norman, you think it's a tell when the player pauses everything and starts staring at their chips and then like starts trying to figure out how much to bet? Is that like a pretty big tell for you?
Yeah, actually, when I used to read about the tells, and I think it was Gerard Tendler who wrote a tells book that I read after Mike Caro's, they would talk about that being one of the tells when a player is staring at their chips.
Did you enjoy Mike Caro's book of tells?
I'm not big on tells. It's entertaining to read. I'm not good enough to actually pick up live tells that often, so I don't pay attention to them that much.
Yeah. We are going to see 2 players to this hand here. John with the ace-5 of diamonds will make the call after Al's open. 9, Jack, 9, 2 clubs. No, well, Al has the ace of clubs, but we'll see if that comes into effect. Check, check. Ace on the turn may get some action. At this point, it doesn't really matter because they're.
Well, playing well for Al's short stack here.
Yeah, no kidding. 10 of clubs on the river.
Wow.
The queen. The queen will play. You are watching day 2, the final table of our Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship event. We started the day with 395 players down to the final table. We're down to our final 7 players here. You can see our chip counts right here. Pierre in the lead of 5.3 million, and Patrick is our short stack at just 9.4 bigs. $30,000 up top in our Bar Poker Open. If you want to know about bar poker in your area, check out barpokeropen.com to find your closest location.
Or go to your nearest bar where Jesse might be sitting in the far right stool. No one near him. And go ask him.
I'll be wearing a Norman Chad t-shirt.
Oh, that's okay. See, I thought that was sweet of you, but I realized that that was more of an insult than a nice thing. Because the reason you were,
I found it at the bargain bin for $2.
Yeah, okay.
No one wanted it. Why would I be by myself in the bar? Because I'm wearing a shirt that has your face on it?
Anyway, Patrick, who was between jobs in Queens, took off his beanie cap to reveal, indeed, the bald, shiny dome.
Wow. He did indeed. Looks like a evil villain. I like it. What's up, Bert and chat? What's up, everybody? Hey, if you are watching us on YouTube or Twitch or anything, Facebook included, let us know where you're from. If you're part of Bar Poker Open, let us know what league. 'Cause we love shouting out the leagues. Let us know where you're from, what league you're with. Let us know who you're rooting for, all that kind of good stuff. Later on, we're going to ask you for your favorite Norman Chad moments. But first, we do have John shoving his 1.1 million in with pocket fours.
About 14 bigs. And he was on the button. That was a standard push.
Gene in chat says, huh? Big Al threw away King Queen? I mean, sometimes you got to throw away King Queen. It's a little different when you're at the final table with $30,000 up top. And there's not a lot of money in the pot. You don't need to risk anything. Shout out Jesse Norman from Over the Top Poker League in Aurora, Colorado. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, Dark Knight. David's from Boston, Mass. Eastern Poker Tour. Very cool.
Colorado still, I think, with some of the cleanest, crispest air in the United States.
Where is that again?
In Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It just seems clean and crisp.
Yeah, especially up there in the Rocky Mountains. Come on.
I'm not getting near a mountain.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got to climb or
Yeah.
ascend. I don't ascend. I descend.
Patrick with King Queen offsuit raises to 175. What's up, Sean from Deep Stack St. Louis? John G. Couldn't find him for the first 10 minutes or so. He's thinking about it. With 4-3,
Not much to think about.
Not much, but he was thinking about it.
So Patrick, besides finishing second in the Bar Poker Open Las Vegas Championship earlier this year, he also cashed 4 times at this World Series. And in 2022, he finished 12th at the World Series Senior Championship. That's a big field.
It's a massive field. The seniors event is one of the biggest fields in the whole series.
It's always like 6,000-7,000 people.
Yeah.
He finished 12th.
It's one of the longest tournaments of the whole stretch. I mean, come on. It's insane.
So,
that is wild.
So he might be between jobs. He might be a dilettante.
We need to watch out for Patrick.
But we got to watch out for Patrick.
No kidding. Yeah. Yikes. All right. I do have to finish. I still haven't talked about Gerald enough with the orange scarf. I asked Gerald what his job was, and he looked at me and said, "It's this. It's this."
It's this.
I said, "What does that mean,
Okay.
Gerald?" He says, I'm like, "Are you trying to tell me you don't have a job?" He's like, "Well, kinda." I'm like, "Do you want me to try to find a job for you?" So maybe. So if you're hiring out there.
Yeah, well, I don't know what his specialty is. I give him credit for styling a great look at the table, even with a short stack.
He looks great.
It looks great. That scarf really brightens up the table. He also, by the way, he's another one of our Rhode Island people.
Yeah, Eastern Poker Tour for sure. And his shoe size, the only one who would actually tell me his shoe size, 11.5 wide.
Okay. Jesse, I would prefer to do this off mic.
Do what?
What I'm about to do. So, both for your own good and for our future together in the booth,
Yeah.
if you keep finding out shoe sizes of players, this is either going to propel you to another level or it's going to bury you. It's your choice.
Listen, Norman, there's a reason why I do this. It's because the youth care about kicks these days. And if we can get a sponsor like Nike or Adidas in here, shoe sizes are good because they can go ahead and pick them up, bring them in. I'm just trying to help. Plus, I think shoe size is actually some of a character explanation, too.
Shoe size is a character explanation?
Yeah. Big Al, 9 deuce. Let's it go. Yeah, I mean, the reason why I say that is because let's just say you have small feet, okay? And you've been worried about it your whole life. You're going to act a different way than a guy who has big feet, like clown shoes, and, is confident. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I'm either going to absorb it or try to forget it.
In chat, if you agree with me, feel free to comment. If you don't agree, please refrain.
No, that's fair.
All in from Gerald. He's going by love all. Big Al's trying to get a read from him. Did you wake up with something?
So Gerald, by the way, one of many people I've met here this week who has told me how thankful he is for finding bar poker.
Oh, that's awesome.
He just was sort of more or less wandering in his life, he said, and the people he found at bar poker who have helped him learn poker, but the social element, it's just a community that he found that makes him much more comfortable, perks up his morale, and that's what bar poker will do for a lot of people. It's just a great community to discover.
That's fantastic. If you want to find your closest Bar Poker Open venue, head to barpokeropen.com. If you don't have one close by, consider barpokeropen.com's online poker options as well. You can win your way to Vegas or out here to Florida and join us. Oh, we haven't mentioned what top prize is in this. It's $30,000 plus.
Plus what?
Plus
what?
Plus the WPT $5 million guaranteed gold passport and a travel package, flight, hotel, and a little bit of food money.
That is a great package.
Yeah.
That comes up real soon.
That's in like a few days.
So that's an immediate package. You just go to Las Vegas and you're on a free roll.
Yeah, you win $30,000 plus you win the $1,500 cash package for their travel money. And then you get to enter and hopefully win $1 million, that top first place prize. We've got another one of those that we're giving away tonight in our satellite out there, too. So two of those passports being given away here at Palm Beach Kennel Club tonight. But we'll talk more about that after this. John raises it to 230.
Brandon doesn't like it. He'll give up the ace and show it.
Boom. Take it down. I will mention, Norman, that one of our wonderful chat members, Gray American, mentions, I have a size 9 shoe. I never worried about it. Never worried or thought about it, except when I was buying shoes.
Yeah, so this just, I think, puts a dagger into you. If you have small feet, you're spending most of your life, worrying about it. If you have clown's feet, is that what you said? You're spending most of your life worrying about it.
Confident.
People do not think about the foot that much. I don't like to get upset
Teach their own.
during a final table.
We're all a little different. It's wonderful to have you out here at Bar Poker Open. Ranger Mike says, I have size 13 and a half.
Ranger Mike, Ranger Mike, you're not helping.
I love it.
Oh, so you're one who does wish you had a smaller foot because you're having trouble finding a 13 and a half.
I'm around the same range.
Okay.
Ranger Mike. It is so hard to find shoes. Dude.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
You move to Hawaii, go on the beach, and go barefoot.
All in from Patrick with the ace-9 offsuit.
Patrick with 12 bigs.
If there are any Twitch mods, I won't tell you what to do, but based on Ranger Mike's comment, I would just go ahead and not ban them, but just at least give them a firm talking to. Hey, don't tell us what we're thinking. All right, love all. He's holding the 5-3 suited. Be all of his chips. Does he really?
Nah, he's not playing it.
No, of course not. Earlier, I don't know if were you here earlier when the guy did the moneymaker where he was waiting and he realized he didn't know it was his turn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was fun. Pierre is doing pretty well at this final table. Here's some cumulative winnings.
Al needs a double up apparently to start his engines today. He's normally the most talkative guy at the table.
He's got 8 bigs. Yeah, definitely does need a
But
little bit.
he doesn't usually need talking chips to talk. The man can bring it.
Patrick, ace jack offsuit. Sitting on 14 bigs. Did you hear Al asking for a wash?
Yes.
I love it. Pierre with the 9s. We'll see Gerald in seat 1. Love all. More than likely fold as ace 4. I expect, but maybe not. And the ace is pretty nice. But he's in a tough position here in small blind.
Pierre, usually with a smile on his face and pocket 9s, is not going to take the smile off his face.
Pierre announces a raise. Looks like maybe 800K? No, a little bit more. $450,000.
Patrick, a couple of options here, and of course he's in position. So one of his options is simply to call the raise and see a flop in position. Of course he could push.
Looks like we're making a call here.
I agree with that, which means it's probably the wrong move.
2 to the flop. Ace Jack versus pocket nines. Let's see how it goes. All right. I mean, both have a little bit of something. Patrick flops a gut shot Broadway draw. Pierre, he's got nines. He could maybe backdoor straight. But nines are definitely still ahead, and he will continue betting.
Half pot bet. And effectively telling Patrick, if you're in here, you're in for all of it. Patrick with 955 behind. This is a $500,000 chip bet. Patrick with the ace and the gut shot. Does he want to wait for a better spot? I would. He's actually got 48% equity right here. If he do that, he would probably gamble.
Right. He lets it go.
Can't blame him.
Nope. No kidding with that chip stack. It's just so hard. So hard to make that move. All right, chat. If you are a Bar Poker Open player, I want you to make sure to check out our new check-in feature. If you head to barpokeropen.com, go to your dashboard. We've got a new way for you to earn extra rewards through checking into your nightly games. Check it out today, barpokeropen.com. It's a fun little thing. We'll be improving it as we go along. We just started it, so it's definitely in a new kind of beta mode. But it's a great new added feature to barpokeropen.com. Let's our game runners know who's coming, that kind of stuff. So check it out. And if you have not played in the Bar Poker Open event before, try to find your closest bar venue at barpokeropen.com. Norman, you'd be surprised. There is a Bar Poker Open venue near you.
I don't think so.
There is.
I said I don't think so. What's the venue near me?
It's really close to LAX. I think you're pretty much like around the corner.
Yes, I am.
There's one like 2 miles from your house.
There will be. You can tell me what it is in a moment, but yes, in the future, Bar Poker Open will be offering another feature on their app. You can call me anytime between 11 a.m. and 1:30 a.m., and I will pick you up at LAX and take you anywhere in Los Angeles.
Wow.
This offer is good through the end of 2025.
Wow. That's a wonderful feature that is, we'll have to make sure that actually gets added with the update. I hope it does. I hope it clears the approval board. Sometimes Apple won't let us make add-ons like that.
Yeah.
But
that'd be nice.
Well, it would be nice if it could
I mean, the good news is you get a comped ride to somewhere in the Los Angeles area. The good news, I think, is that you get to spend time with me. The bad news is that I am an awful driver, but I haven't been in an accident for a long time. So it's a small gamble.
All right, moving on. John says raise, and it says 2.3K, but I'm guessing that's 230K. Pierre's going to fold. John G. Action on our big blind. Okay. That sounded like Al making that. Was that Al? Is Al calling the action?
He confirmed it.
Love it. Oh, beautiful. Got Ace Jack 3 on the flop here. 2 spades. It's a nice flop for. Okay, both our players' names are John. This isn't fair.
So, yeah.
Okay, we got it.
So Serapa is most players. The guy with the World Series of Poker hat call his friends call him Serapa, which is his last name. So maybe we'll call him Serapa. Oh,
John G.
Here we go.
Says yes, please.
It's as I say, a fair fight,
All right.
almost a flip.
Seems like we'll only have one John after this.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking for a spade for one John. Oh. Ace 8 for John G from EPT. Will hold.
Dodged a lot of outs there, and he becomes the healthiest person at this table other than Pierre with that double up.
There you go.
So he leaves, the hoi polloi. You can look up that word if you want. The hoi polloi is all sitting there between 6 and 9 blinds. John was just a member of the hoi polloi, and now he's driving down Beverly Hills in a Lexus.
John G. Yeah.
Yeah, John G. As opposed to now our shortstop, John Serapa. Could not find one of his many outs with the flush draw, straight draw.
Norman, you talked to a lot of bar poker players this week. We did some great player interviews at the tables. Did any of them stand out to you? Anyone that you remember that was kind of a fun? I liked George. He was our very first interview. He was the player who was knocked out on day 1A in the first 2 minutes of play.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
was George, who also won a seniors event down the street here in Florida for like $13,000 or so, I believe. That was one of my favorites. Think about it. We'll cover the hand stuff, but if you think of any of those interviews that stood out, Candace was a good one too. I loved Candace. She was a
Candace, who ended up cashing in this event. I think she finished somewhere around 20th, or she had a really nice run.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Candace gone to poker with her dad. Lives out here in Florida, she was telling me.
Our chip leader coming into today, one of our 2 Canadians who came here and both cashed.
Vince,
good
yeah.
friends of him, Vince Buffoni. He finished 16th, and his buddy Emil, Canada by way of Hungary.
Yeah.
He finished 18th. So they came down together, representing Canada's only league.
Got an all-in from John G. Putting some pressure on the big blind. I love this move. That's right,
Get
John.
through easy.
Show me your muscles. Boom. So when you talk about Vince Buffone, who came in as our chip leader and then busted shortly after, would you say he became Vince Buffoon?
Where does that come from? Because he busts. You go from Buffoni to Buffoon?
It's just a play on his last name.
Hey, okay, first of all, I don't like plays on last names, first names, middle names, nicknames. Second of all, just because you're chip leader and then he's chip leader with 40 left, he finishes, what did I say, finished 16th? That doesn't make him a buffoon.
No, of course not. I was just playing with his last name. That's all.
Well, I'm telling you not to play with his last name,
right,
not even off
right.
mic. Jeez.
Not even off mic. Shoot. We're not flying home together, right? You're on a different flight?
Okay.
I'm
I can go much further than we're not flying home together.
That'll be my time to fool around with his name. John with Queen 7 here. Looking to maybe do something 3 hands in a row.
And John, another one, just like Gerald, who told me. And we have an all-in now from Patrick.
Al sees the ace first. You can see that by his reaction, which is a big smile. 4, less of a smile, throws it away.
So I think John is through with his hand. It's be 1/4 of his remaining stack. He took a shot at it. He got raised all in. He doesn't have that strong of a hand, and it's over.
Yep. It's a great move on the button. Try to take him down, but wasn't going to happen there.
So yeah, John was talking about just like our scarfed player, Gerald McKinney Jr., that bar poker pretty much of a lifesaver for him.
Oh, yeah?
Just he had some medical problems, and when he got to Rhode Island, he just found bar poker, and it just makes him feel a lot better a lot of the time.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we really had some great interviews with players. It's so wonderful to hear people's stories. I remember, who was the guy with the big hat who you told me it was his first time?
Yeah, he just gotten. I ran into him earlier today. He where'd he get the hat? His fiance just gave it to him. Once you give it to you, just a few days ago, we just got engaged.
Massive hat.
Massive cowboy hat.
And he just got engaged recently too, right?
Yeah, they just got engaged. He just started playing poker. He just got the hat.
But, I got to tell you, overall here, we're looking at Big Al. He's one of my favorites out there.
Yeah.
He carries himself like he's the best player at the table. And he'll bark at you that he's the best player at the table. And they'll bark at him that you don't know how to play. And then he loves to shove it up their backside with his creative play.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like his attitude.
Al bubbled the final table last night in the 100K.
Yeah, he talked about he wanted to go back-to-back. He wanted to make 2 final tables and win the 2 so he could stand up proud and say, all right, how bad is my play now? But he's had 2 great results here back-to-back.
Patrick goes all in with a King 8 offsuit on the button for 1.2 million, one of the shorter stacks.
Brandon, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Spec says, can't wait for Vegas in June. I'm trying to cash for my 8th time with Bar Poker Open in 11 tournaments. That would be sick.
That's a pretty good hit percentage.
No kidding. No kidding.
Big Al now a short stack.
Now, a few of you asked in chat, is Norman Chad going to be at Bar Poker Open this summer? I'll tell you, we hope so, but Norman does have a normal summer job working at that bigger poker tournament down the street. The World, what's it called?
There's a World Series of Baseball every year.
Yeah.
And this is the World Series of Poker also every year.
Any other comparisons besides the name?
Well, actually, the World Series of Baseball only involves teams in North America.
Oh, you got to pause. Love all. That's Gerald in the orange scarf. Aces.
By the way, the other day, Jesse, when we were videotaping something, Love All sat at the table, watched Caleb doing his job as our videographer, and he kept asking Caleb questions about his camera equipment. Like that might be his next job.
Oh, yeah.
He was asking questions I didn't understand.
Yeah, he definitely seemed to be at least an amateur videographer, if not having had a job in it before in that field.
So.
Boom.
No resistance?
Chips. Nope. Okay, you're talking about the World Series of Baseball and why?
Oh, yeah, it's the World Series of Baseball, but all the teams are in North America. Almost every team's just in the U.S. World Series of Poker, we get players from 75, 100 nations every year. That's the World Series.
So you're saying Bar Poker Open's better than the World Series of Baseball because we have people from Canada and
and Australia. Yeah, no question. So the World Series of Baseball is a little overhyped to be the World Series.
Oh.
So
our World Championship is more legitimate.
Correct.
I like that. I like that. Pierre throws away the ace-deuce. Action on Patrick with Jack 6 suited. Lets it go, as is Big Al with his queen high. Brandon with the ace high on the button. All in ski.
It's easier to push all in with pocket threes than call.
No.
Essentially all in. It's not all in, but most of his chips with pocket threes. He's taking a look at how much he'd have left after calling the all in.
We can tell you it'd only be 230,000, which is not a substantial amount. Are the blinds at 5,100?
I thought they were at 4080. Did they go to 5100 already?
We'll find out shortly.
Okay. So either way, he'd be left with under 3 blinds with a call here, and if he lost. The other hand, if he can win it, knock out a player, and push himself over 10 blinds.
He is going into the tank, my goodness. Yeah, 100K is a big blind, Brand says.
Okay.
I don't want to see big. I don't want to see a flop. I want to just get it in. So it's just 5 big blinds for Gerald to call, but he only has 7 behind. He isn't the big blind. I think what's really having him consider this is he's already committed.
Yeah, obviously with the big blind and
Right.
big blind ante.
Exactly. That's why he's.
That's 200 in, another 500 to call.
Norman, if you were wearing that orange scarf right now, would you make the call?
I would not make the call, though, with or without the orange scarf. If he's making the call, he's thinking he's up against what he's up against, which
Right.
is just 2 big cards, and it's a race. He's trying to figure out whether he's crushed by a pocket pair. Chances are he's not crushed by a pocket pair. But if he knew Brandon had ace-9 off, he's making this call, I believe. It's our longest tank of the final table.
Oh, he does let go of the 3s. True, good read, Brandon. Did not have a big pair. Does show the ace. Very kind of you. Big Al is our short stack. No, I'm sorry. John S. is with 3.9 bigs. Our biggest stack is Pierre with 50. Just over 50 bigs.
And Pierre has stepped lightly here he hasn't tried to bully with the big stack. He's been hanging around almost half the chips in the table for most of this final table. He has not been put into any tough spots.
Nope. Love all. Lets it go. Gives a walk to Pierre. Aye, aye, aye. Do you hear this from Al?
Yep. That's the best.
I love it. Mr. 4,329 in the U.S. Canada. I mean, someone's been studying the Hinema page or two.
Now, Big Al and our scarfed love all lowest VPIP, mostly hamstrung by very short stacks here, so they're not seeing a lot of action. Big Al giving up the pocket 5s
In just a
in
moment,
early
Norman.
position.
In just a moment, Norman, I need you to. We have an all in first. John's going to go all in with the ace-10 of diamonds. Uh-oh. May have another John battle here.
And in this case, if the bigger stack John wins 2 in a row against the shorter stacked John Sarapra, John S. will be gone. Thanks for the update, Big Al.
Oh, my goodness. A 10, 4, or 7. Ooh, or diamond.
A lot of outs. They didn't come in.
Could not. And then there was just one John remaining. John S. out. John S. finishes in 7th place. And that is $2,864 he's taking home with him. 28.64. Our top prize, $30,000. A nice little pay jump here from 7th to 6th will be 35.65 up next.
You know, it's weird. From 6th to 5th is a big $3,000 pay jump. Then from 5th to 4th is a $500 pay jump. You know, when you take one Gumby too many when you're doing the payout structure, I just think you come up with odd numbers.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
But you try not to let the big prize get into your mind. But just the nature of this, most always the big money is in the top 3. Right now you're looking at 5 or 6K, and you're not that far away from 30K. But you're not that far away from just 5 or 6K. It's just a huge difference.
Absolutely. Dana asks, our bind level's 30 minutes? I believe so, Dana. What just happened? Someone was just told you have perfect hair.
It might be, John is the oldest guy here, and that's a great head of hair. They may be talking about him. Patrick is banned from being within 2 miles of any air traffic control tower without the hat on.
My goodness. Al is one of my favorite people at this property. I mean, he's been hilarious to talk to.
Yeah, just full of cheer.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of hard not to be in a good mood around Al.
Yeah, no kidding. Pierre's cards are unknown to us.
And again, Pierre not that active with the chip lead here at the final table.
All right, Pierre with the unknown hand makes it 400K.
That's a fold.
Usually I can do it with Dolly Parton.
9-5.
Ay, ay, ay.
That movie is so old now.
Yeah.
9-5.
Yeah, that nickname needs a new connection.
There's some other old names for certain cards, certain hands.
Yeah. Norman, do you have a favorite nickname, hand nickname?
I do not like hand nicknames, so I don't.
Well, there you go.
What can I tell you? Even though, if one that I thought was one of the smarter ones was one back in the day when Ace King was the what's the name of the tennis player?
Anna Kournikova?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a fairly smart nickname, but I don't go into nicknames.
Cowboys? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Jesse James?
I'm forgetting what the Jesse James is.
4-5.
4-5?
Yeah, it might be a spades. I saw in the back of Doyle's book. I was like, oh, there's a name. There's a hand that I can say is my hand since I'm Jesse James Phillips.
Now I am. Now I wasn't familiar with it.
The 45.
The 4-5. Yeah, I was not familiar with that. I was thinking I saw something else.
That's there's some weird names in the back of that book. Let me tell you. All right, we got an all-in from Gerald with pocket sevens. Brandon. Al just called his hand.
Yeah. Let's go.
What? Dana in chat says, I dubbed pocket jacks the crazy ex-boyfriends. You never know what to do with them when they come around. Sounds like you may need to call the police. If that's your relationship with your ex-boyfriends, you may need to Restraining order, Dana.
Well, by the way, with that last hand in which Pierre raised and took it, he now finally has the entire table covered as he reached half the chip stack of the remaining chips. Big Al's got a lot of hands that he'd like to play with a bigger chip stack. Got to give up the 7-6 suited. Brandon hasn't seen a hand in the blinds the last few orbits. And he will limp in here. Love all. Gerald saying, nope, you're not going to limp in on my watch. With 8 high, he does that.
Love to see
Good
it.
read.
No kidding. Kinfolk, I'm going to need that back.
Yeah. Big Al lives in, Jesse lives in Littlestown, PA, which is about 9 or 10 miles southeast of Gettysburg. And true story, when Big Al speaks, when he's in downtown Littlestown, PA, he can be heard in downtown Gettysburg, PA.
What?
When the wind is going the right way, when Big Al speaks in Littlestown, they can hear him in Gettysburg, is what I'm telling you. Jeez.
Oh, okay. Gerald has ace.
Yeah, why don't you get some more shoe sizes?
I mean, we're down to our final 6, Norman. I'm done. Gerald's got ace king offsuit here. Love all 1.04 million. Oh, he's trying to be tricky. It's just flats. Hoping Pierre might raise from the big blind with his big stack. Uh-oh. Yeah, just a check. Well done. Al.
Al actually wants violence.
I mean,
he's not going to get
what
he wants with that flop.
No kidding. Gerald doing everything he can to get Pierre to connect to this board. And then he jams on the deuce. I mean, I love his storytelling. He's trying really hard. Yeah. Nice try, Gerald. There is what's great about this property, if you guys have never been to Palm Beach Kennel Club, this place is great. We're on the 2nd floor right now. And this used to be a dog track. Of course, there's no longer dog races here in Florida. But there are, like, stadium seats. This table is at the very bottom of those stadium seats. So there's, like, rows where there are chairs and people can watch. And it's a really fun little setting. So we have a good-sized rail, of course, supporting these players. And that's why you heard some people broke into applause after Gerald jammed and won.
Patrick under the gun with the weak ace, putting his chips to use, and he does not have a big stack.
Gets it through the small blind at least. John G, one of the bigger stacks.
Still only 24 bigs. I would respect the under the gun raise. He respects it. And Patrick back with the beanie cap on. Takes it down without resistance.
Big Al still is our shortest stack, 2.7 big blinds. Al requested a double up back when he had 7 bigs.
Yeah, he deserves one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the dealer has not agreed to his terms. That double up would be really nice right now, actually, because he's in the big blind, or he's under the gun.
Big Al had 7-6 suited 3 hands ago on the button. Had to give it up.
Suited 7-6. He doesn't want to wait and have to be forced all in from the big blind. But what do you do?
7 high is not good.
Al does let go. Oh, these guys are so much fun. Pierre with the ace-3 says raise. Okay, John G. Oh my goodness! Thank goodness Al folded that. Didn't just have to go all in under the gun. John G. with pocket kings. Michael says, I may have jammed it all in with 7-6 suited. I mean, the only reason to consider it is really...
Hold on.
Okay.
So, yeah. So he's telling him the size of this raise is not going to stand because he did it in 2 motions. Usually the dealer explains the situation. Big Al's announced it's all of Palm Beach County.
Al is fantastic. Joey here, our floor making the call. Joey's been a fantastic staff member here at Palm Beach to work with.
So the 3-bet downsized from what he wanted to. Pierre's got to take into consideration what John had intended to make it. So he gets a break on the size, but that might be a bad break for him. Ace, no kicker for our chip leader, and he correctly gets rid of it and avoids any more damage.
Oh, man. This might be our last hand with Big Al.
Well, let me give Al another shout out. You mentioned his 3 kids.
Yeah.
His oldest boy is a really good car salesman because he's a good talker, like Al.
Oh, nice.
His youngest boy is still a teen. He's like already 6'3" and 250 pounds.
Whoa.
Because he likes to eat like Al. And then his daughter is studying molecular biology, which me and Al both do not know what that is. So that skipped a generation. She's the smartest of the group.
Ay. That's fantastic. That's his middle, you said?
Yeah.
I asked him which of his 3 kids was his favorite. I guess middle, and he was like, I can't say.
Yeah. You guys.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, come on. Based
You
on
got
all
that
that.
parents, especially mothers, never tell you which one's their favorite.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Gets Gerald to fold the ace-3. Pierre. This is 9-5. John G jams the 4s. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This is amazing.
See? Big Al runs good in life, and I think he also runs good on the felt.
Oh, my goodness. This is called a slow roll. You can't hit a table down? Oh, no. He's saying this is the same hand I had earlier. He makes the call, shows the 5. Oh, he's so happy.
Got a fade of 4.
That's right. Come on. I'm not rooting for any player, but I'm saying no 4. No king, no 9. If you couldn't hear it, Al screaming, you got to stop that to the dealer. Michael, oh, it should be instant call. Trust me, he was just doing a little slow roll in there. They have a little fun here at the Bar Poker Open, Michael. Oh, good times are had.
Yeah, Al, part of Al's talk is organic because he's naturally a gregarious guy. Part of it is strategic. In certain times when he's playing at certain tables, his talk will tilt the heck out of his opponents.
Gerald's, he's pointing the camera as well. That was interesting. I like Al a lot, man. All right, Norman, of these 6 players, who do you think's going to win?
It's easy to say the biggest stacks.
Sure.
I do favorite Pierre and Patrick, which I think are the first and third or fourth stacks right now. First and third. Pierre's definitely in the chip lead. Yeah.
All right, so you're saying Pierre or Patrick, right?
Yes.
I'm saying Al or John G.
Okay. So we've covered 2/3 of the table.
Yep.
And you're taking underdogs because those are the lower stacked players. So
I'm fine with that.
I should be giving you odds on
You
this
should be. You
on
should
this
be.
fantasy bet.
Does the winner pay for, or the loser pay for lunch? Or coffee or something? You don't like coffee.
Nah, I don't like coffee. See, I just got I just got a spidey sense
That I'm gonna
that
make
win or
you-
lose.
I'm going to make you pay.
You got
really knew it.
You
God.
got a great history. You maneuver. You maneuver pretty well. So
Hey,
it's just no upside for me on the bet.
You only paid 20% of dinner last night. I paid 80%.
Okay, I thought the dinner was expensed. By the way, we didn't.
Yeah, it's going to be expensed. What does that mean?
Okay, we weren't going to Peter Luger Steakhouse.
No, we weren't.
We went to Finnegan's,
Finnegan's, yeah,
which
that's
was
right.
delightful.
It was. The ribs were great. A player from my local league, contender, RDU here in North Carolina, made the final table last year. Sal Biancardi. Nice, Michael. That's pretty sick. Ranger Mike says, Al and I played together. He's an amazing person and a really good friend. That's great. That's awesome. Michael Wilson says, I like Big Al too. Indeed, Big Al. Ranger Mike says, we got 30 people watching here. That's awesome. Brandon all in for just $250K with Pocket Kings.
Finally, the last 3 or 4 orbits around on his blinds, he had nothing he could do.
Yeah.
He's whittled down to 250, and now he's got something.
He's only seen one of his cards. He just says, I only looked at the first one. Boom, pocket kings. Now, Brandon is our naval guy, right?
Yes.
Lieutenant Commander?
Yes.
All right. Looks like he's going to. Oh, there's a chance. Nah,
And he will
Brandon's-
double up.
Yeah, Brandon's good.
Brandon's lived a lot of places in his 15 years in the Navy. Longest, I think his favorite place was San Diego. Who doesn't love San Diego?
Oh, yeah.
And now he is in St. Louis for the last, I think, year or two.
All right. Well, Big Al's in good spirits. He doubled from 2 big blinds to 4 big blinds. Still our short stack. He's going to need a few more of those double ups.
So I forgot John G's actually in better shape than I thought. So you actually took the runner-up in chips right now as one of your potential winners.
Yep.
I took 1 and 3. You took 2 and 4.
2 and 6.
Oh, now he's 4. He was 6. No, Big Al is.
Big Al's at the bottom.
He's still at the bottom?
He's only got 4 bigs. He doubled from 2 bigs
Oh, right.
to 4
It was a small one.
Yeah, he's the small set, but I just like Big Al's energy. I think that the deck is going to kiss him
Well, that would be nice.
on the mouth. I think it's going to give him a really good. Sealy Portillo says Big Al is my dad. That might be our. What was it? What was the job? The middle child?
The molecular biology student.
That might be her in here, yeah. Or it's one of the kids, other kids.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I want to hear more about how you know all about Al's kids after this hand. Gerald with pocket deuces in the small blind. Brandon, though, on the button, thinking with king 8.
Can't do it.
King 8 folds.
No matter what the history was.
All right, Gerald in seat 1, pocket deuces.
In the small blind. 9 bigs left.
Is it time, Gerald? AKA level. Oh.
You know,
He is flatted.
I thought he would have pushed. Obviously, I didn't think you want to see any more cards, if at all possible.
All right. We will have our 2 players see the flop. 9-6 queen. Pierre completely whiffs that flop. Turns a gut shot straight draw. Alan says, is there any chance we can hear the table talk? Unfortunately, Norman Shad, despite being in this industry for over 20 years, he does not know how to run a sound mixer board. He's better just holding the microphone. So we are not equipped with the knowledge on how to add table talk to us, unfortunately. If we see a producer or a production crew assistant, we'll ask them to help us out. So hopefully, Alan, we'll try. Thank you, buddy.
We can transfer.
Oh, pocket deuces lets it
Yeah,
go.
he played it very weakly, and he
Yeah.
got what he deserved. We will.
What he deserved.
We've got what we'll transmit the most interesting table talk. And actually, just a few moments ago, Alan Zwick, Bill Al mentioned to the other tables that you owe him $1,250.
Pardon me?
Big Al
Yeah. Told all the tables?
told the table that a guy named Alan Zwick owes him $1,250.
Oh, that was him.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I said okay.
So Alan, you can you can Zelle it, Venmo, or Apple Pay to me, and I'll get it to Big Al.
I've got PayPal if you need PayPal too.
Don't get in the middle of my
Just
transaction.
offering additional opportunity to send money. Oh, Brandon's going to jam here with Ace 10 suited. That is one of the better starting hands he's had today.
So it's picking up for him. Pocket kings a few hands ago.
John G's got the ace queen.
Man, it didn't pick up enough for Brandon because he is in dire straits here if John G comes along. What the heck? That goes. Oh, he called. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, he called.
I misinterpreted
That's
that
what
body
made
language.
Big Al blow up there for a minute. We could hear.
Spades are a 10 to keep Brandon alive.
Oh, trip nines on the board.
More outs. Nope.
John G is good. 999 ace queen. Will play. Good game to Patrick. And players are going to go on break. Patrick finishes in 6th place for 3,565. One of our bigger pay jumps here, jumping to 66.32 for 5th place.
Yeah,
Al down to 2 bigs, and he has guaranteed himself a near double pay jump.
Yeah, it's tremendous for Alex. He's been on a short stack the entire day.
Yeah.
And he has laddered up to more than $6,600 now guaranteed, as for all of our players.
Yep. Griff, I am sorry that we can't. Again, we do want to play some table talk, so we'll try to flag somebody down and get some help. One second. In fact, hold on a second. Hey, Nancy, they're saying they can't hear the table talk if you can come help us. Thank you, ma'am. Griff, we're going to get to work on it right now, actually. You may hear a little bit less of me and Norman while our friend Nancy, who is a staff member here at Palm Beach Kennel Club and a normal commentator on the channel, she's going to try her best to get
Nancy
the table
is
talk
an
going.
OG.
Over 20 years at this property. So this board is 23 years old, so she's been working with it for a while. If you'll do me a favor, if you hear once you hear table chat, please just let us know. We appreciate it. Check, check. The only problem with raising that one is if you raise that, it's going to make our voices large too. Yeah, right. I feel like it's got to be one of those on one of those boards.
So after John limps in, Patrick underrepresenting his king-queen suited. He, of course, flopped the joint. And he has John drawn dead here. John, of course, cannot win this pot unless he stabs at it. And he's going to stab at it drawn dead. Bad timing. Oop. Did not stab at it.
Griff, I'll talk to you after this hand more, Griff.
Patrick was trying to figure out the amount he could get out of John. No amount would have changed the fact that John can't put another penny in unless he bluffs at this by check raising, which he's not going to do.
Boom. Broadway will work out. So, Griff, it seems like with the table chat, what you might have to do is just turn your volume up, because when we are not talking, we can see the table chat being picked up a little bit by the players are not mic'd. The players are not mic'd, and so That might be the best way to try to get table talk. And I'm sorry if you'll hear us a little bit louder, sadly, but. Blinds are up 60K, 120, 120. This is hand 153 of the day. We did start this morning with our feature table coverage, coming back with 40 players on day 2. Took a little break once we hit the final table. We just restarted a little bit ago with our final table. Big Al. Big Al singing about smooth calling.
I think it was a hit by the spinners that none of us heard.
Everybody just smooth calling. Thank you, sir. I have a. Let's see.
Patrick whiffs on the flop and offers at it. But chances are that flop did not hit anybody. But the limp in the button from John G is going to pay dividends now because he hits his queen. Big Al also might think he has the best hand right now. Nope. Fairly quick call from the second biggest stack of John G. No added equity for Patrick with that turn card. In fact, he's now drawn dead. And as John G starts to put chips in, Patrick does not waste any time in mucking his hand. Always appreciate that. Yeah, I like Patrick's game. But he's down to 11 bigs. Big Al, you gotta get Big Al out of the decimal point. Point something's never good here.
Yeah, go ahead. It's next hand. Next hand? Yeah, I'll start the first one. Okay. Sounds like after this hand we're going to go on break. Sorry, Norman.
No, that's okay. Just going to say, it's just been a very disciplined final table performance from the chip leader, Pierre. He hasn't had any real missteps. He hasn't bullied a whole lot of people. And he's just held on to that chip lead nicely, while one after another goes by the wayside. Now we have an all-in from Gerald, love all.
All right, players are going on break here. You can see our final 5 players' chip stacks. Big Al will come back from break with just 1.8 big blinds. Man, we need Al to hit like 6 double ups in a row. In 4th place, Gerald in seat 1 or Love All, 8.6 bigs. Patrick on the far right, our Navy guy, 9.8 bigs. Got John G sitting around in like seat 3, 31% of the chips in play, 3.6. And then Pierre in seat 2. He's been our chip leader for quite a while, 5.57 million. Norman, we're going to let the players go on a 15-minute break, and we're going to take a little break as well. You guys at home, don't go anywhere. We've got some fun break content that we put together for you. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. And we'll return soon and see who takes home that $30,000 top prize. Here we go. See you guys in just a bit.
We're here on day 1A of the Bar Poker Open at the Florida World Championship. I am here with George. We just got underway a couple of minutes ago. What's your status, George?
I got knocked out.
Okay, we just started maybe 2 minutes ago, George.
It takes less than 2 minutes when you play poker.
Okay, so you played poorly, and are you double parked?
No, I'm not double parked. And I didn't play poorly. It was a fair hand, I'd say.
But people generally, you get warmed up in a championship fight. There's no reason to put all your chips in the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, well, I flopped top pair with top kicker and got excited, so I called an all in and lost.
I'm glad. There's no complaining about it, no whining about it. And you've acknowledged yourself to be, if not a bad player, certainly to play bad in that spot.
Okay, I'll concede that. I played bad in that spot.
Okay, George. Someone get him a water. I do understand you supposedly won something the other day.
Yes, I was at the bar at the Rock and Roll Poker Open, and I won first place at the senior event.
How much was that worth?
$11,000.
And how much was the entry for this?
$365.
So you're up a good amount, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right, so you went from first place to first out.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I went
Not a bad plan if you're up almost $11,000.
true, very true.
Sir, what's your name? Where are you from?
Ian Oval, Stuart, Florida.
And what is your greatest accomplishment with Bar Poker Open?
Last year, 1 year ago today, actually got to the final table with some gentlemen right here at the exact same table. This should be the featured table as is right now. And I ended up getting lucky against a legend, and I won the main event.
Oh, you won the whole thing last year?
Yes, sir.
Dead cold sober, or were you drinking a little?
I was drinking a little. I was definitely not sober, but I wasn't overserved. Definitely not overserved. They're actually pretty stocked and ready for tomorrow and Monday, I heard. So I'm looking forward for the opportunity of what they've stocked.
You won last year. The deck hit you in the head, or were you playing really, really well?
I heard I played the best games of my life from the dealers that I normally play with. They said they'd never seen me play something like that.
And are you playing any differently this year to foul them up, or same game?
There's a couple different moves I've learned, so I might try them. I got earlier this gentleman used one against me. Haven't forgot it, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and play this hand.
Why don't you go and play this hand? Small pocket pair alert. Let's see if we can win this
Live on
thing.
TV, let's win one.
Tread lightly.
We
got a competition.
got one. These are my good luck charms, sir.
Let's hope so. We got a flop of Jack, Ace, King, Rainbow.
Yeah.
Very wet flop. Neither wants to add another king.
Yeah.
4 straight out there. Oh, why don't we take a shot at it? Take a shot at it.
4 of them.
Oh, Lord! Can you believe this? That you got a hand against that.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Live on TV, 4 kings flopped it. Woo!
Ian, you're welcome.
You got it? You good? I need that video, baby. I need that.
All leagues have their own unique flavor. They're from all over the world, and they all make up the BPO family. Let's talk to some players about what they love about their league. What league are you a part of?
Eastern Poker Tour.
And what does your league mean to you?
Honestly, at this point, it's friendships. It really is.
All right, players come back from break, and the dealer's already dealing some cards out. So I'm going to jump back in here. Norman will be back with us momentarily. If you see Norman, let him know, please. All right. They jumped right into it. Al is jamming all in. Queen 10 offsuit. Pierre with the King 6 offsuit. Oh, we do have a call. Al does flop a 10 to make a pair. Looking to hold on. Boom. Al from 1.8 bigs up to maybe 4 bigs. Norman, they ended break, and the dealer already had dealt every hand out. It was insane. So fast.
Wow.
Big Al up to 4.5 bigs after the very first hand after break.
He's got to make his way out of the decimal point area. 10 bigs or more. No more decimal points.
Welcome back to the final table of the Bar Poker Open World Championship Florida event. We're down to our final 5 players. Everyone's guaranteed at least $6,000, $30,000 up top, plus a WPT Gold passport and travel package. So one of these 6 are going to be boarding a plane, not heading home. They'll be going straight to Vegas, trying to win some big money, $1 million up top over there. Let's start here first, $30,000 to get things started.
And Pierre in the small blind, our chip leader, trying to go wire to wire here at the final table. He started the final table as a chip leader. He has not given it up.
We do have a new chip in play here. These little pinkies, it looks like, are 100Ks. The yellows are 25Ks. We got regular 5K red chips. That's great.
So this is the second hand in short order where Pierre has bet the flop. John with a better hand has raised them, and Pierre has laid it down correctly. Right here, Pierre had flopped bottom pair, but John has middle pair.
How did you know he was going to lay it down?
I tell you, he's had some pretty good reads, and that has preserved his chip lead, and John is now getting closer.
Oh, yeah. That's my pick, by the way, John.
Yeah, okay, first of all, just so you all know, when he said that's my pick, and I know it's that pick, he touched me on the left arm so I could listen to him. That's unnecessary. I went with Pierre and Patrick. You went with John and Big Al.
I'm on your left side. I can't touch your right arm.
It's not a question of left or right arm. Do not touch me.
Okay. John G waking up with pocket kings. Oh, baby. That's my pick.
He did it again. Okay, I don't even take my socks off in the shower. I do not want people touching me.
All right, I'll stop touching you.
It's a big issue in the first marriage. Anyway, we're happy if any of these 5 win. It's been a joyful final table.
Absolutely.
9 guys you would root for.
Yep. You know what? I'll add Gerald to my picks.
Oh, that's right, because
we each have 2. There's 5 players left.
So we only have 5 left. So you can take. I love Gerald's fashion style at this table.
Absolutely.
Makes a good statement. Makes it more colorful. John with the best of it pre-flop. And here we go. John is 2 of your picks going heads up in the blinds. John poised to knock out Patrick. Patrick needs a 4 or a 5. Still needs a 4 or a 5. Not there.
Aye.
Oh, no. Patrick was one of my picks, so he's gone.
Yep. That's true. It's 3-1 now, Norman.
It's 3-1. Good result for Patrick. 300K in live tournament winnings. And he adds another 6,000 plus here.
Norman, I'm a nice guy. I'll give you Gerald. You have Gerald and Pierre.
That's nice of you. Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
I
Watch out for you.
Now, I'm not as fond, and people can do what they want with their hair, but I'm not as fond of the man bun. or if that's a man bun, or I don't know what it is.
Oof.
If the word man has to be added to it, I don't want it. Like a man purse, it's a purse. It's a bun.
How about the men's room?
But that's different. And also a very difficult issue right now.
Okay. We'll stop talking about that completely. Moving on. All right. Let's see. Big Al. You can't hear it. Big Al is talking off camera. You know I'm dangerous when you double me up. I love it. I love him. He's great. All right. John G is our new chip leader, by the way. After a long day. Uh-oh. John G is all in for $5 million against Al in the big blind, taking his bigs. He only has a few. Ugh. Al's trying to maybe talk himself into a call. He's saying, "I know you got some chips, buddy, but come on." He's talking about religious stuff. He's really thinking about it. He is going to lay it down. Asking for a show.
Good lay down.
Oh, look at these guys. This is Bar Poker Open, y'all.
Yeah.
We can be friends, show cards, have fun. But Big Al's down to just 2.5 bigs now. Love to write in chat says, I'm not a fan of the man bun.
There we go.
That's Susan in chat. She's fantastic. Appreciate you. Love to write.
So, as you mentioned, John taking the chip lead away from Pierre for the first time today at the final table.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking at the same hand.
This hand. This fucking hand. I love him. I love him. You guys missed it, but Big Al did say this effing hand when he saw King Deuce for the second hand in a row. Tossed it away.
Well, Big Al on the button. This is his last orbit he can play with the blinds at 75, 150, and a 150K big blind ante. He only has 300,000. So everything will be in the middle in one of the next 4 hands for Big Al.
Aye, aye, aye. All right, so what's happening right now that you guys can't hear? Big Al is now referring to John G on his right as Little John, and then singing some Little John tunes. Very enthusiastically. Andrew asks, what happened after the break? After the break, we saw Big Al double up first hand from 1 big up to like 3 or 4. Then his big one was stolen from him. And we also saw was it Brandon who just saw it? No, Patrick, right?
Patrick.
Patrick just finished in 5th place. And also, Andrew, John G took the chip lead. So that means that Patrick finished in 5th place for a beautiful prize of $6,632. 4 players remain. 71-14 is our next payout. 88-64. Oh, we got an all-in from Big Al.
Yeah, he had the big blind the next hand, which would put them all in anyway, so he's just going to go with the 9-7 off.
You mean Queen 10 off?
Queen 10 off. It's pretty good. Why did I say 9-7 off? Where'd that
I think you
come
saw
from? Somebody else's.
Yeah, you saw probably Gerald 10. Whoa. We just saw Pierre fold. Ace 10?
Big Al is celebrating a win before any cards are out. Everyone's got a live card.
Oh, that's right. All right, Big Al is ahead with the 10. Oh, I wish you guys could hear all this table talk. It's so glorious. Big, well, John G says, "I cannot kill you."
After Big Al said, I survived like a roach.
Oh my gosh!
You need the square-toed shoe to take out Big Al.
No kidding.
There he is. He's more dangerous when he's got chips, as he says.
He only has 5 bigs, but he's feeling confident. It's more than he had a minute ago.
One more double up, and he'll feel like he's got 1,000,000 blinds.
That's right.
He hasn't been over 10 blinds for hours.
Yeah, guys. So what Nora and I both noticed when it comes to Pierre, who made that fold with Ace-10, is that Pierre, he was the chip leader from the very beginning. He's maintained that, and it's not by making calls for multiple bigs with a weak ace. Like, he has definitely, like, when he's been second to act, he has not made those moves. So it was we might see it as a very, very tight fold. It's just been his style of play and how he's kept his stack very, very even level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, things are looking up for Big Al as he takes a walk.
That's huge.
With the 7-5.
Huge. Up to 6 bigs. Big Al's like, I can afford this small blind easily. Oh, yeah. We appreciate you tuning in. You're watching the final table, four-handed play of our Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship event here at Palm Beach Kennel Club in West Palm Beach, Florida. Wonderful staff they have here, all up and down from Josh to Noah, Joey, the entire production crew, and the commentators too, Nancy, Stephanie, Sal. It's been a fantastic crew to work with. If you're watching from Bar Poker Open, make sure to follow their channels so you can watch more of their broadcasts in the future. Great property, too. If you're ever in this area, come check it out. They got great cash games and tournaments and some decent food. I like the BLT. It's pretty nice. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato, well done.
Did you have to explain to us what the BLT is? Bacon, lettuce, and tomato?
I mean,
just like earlier, Steffi, she told me GG means good game this afternoon.
You explained it to him? That's amazing.
That was incredible.
Chad doesn't know what GG means.
I would have fallen off my chair if I thought I could get back on it.
Wow. Big Al is in third place, by the way.
Wow. He's still at that point. I hate that point, but he's climbed out of the cellar.
Yeehaw. They're all having fun. That's what I like about this, too. They're such a talk at the table, having a good time. Gerald is going to jam with the ace-9 offsuit.
Yeah, two pretty good hands in the blinds in a four-handed table. Seat 1, Gerald, the love all, at risk, and ahead.
Gerald with the ace-9, stand up, getting his bag packed up, ready to go. Ace-high is looking good so far.
Ouch.
Holy mama, he knew it.
Yeah.
He puts on his, what, he put on Christmas lights? No, that's a dealer. That's a dealer.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't believe, because the hair looked the same. Who puts on Christmas lights for their last all-in?
Gerald out in fourth place for $7,114. 3 players remain. 3 of the best, too. 88.64 is our next payout. We got Pierre, we got John G, and we got Big Al. $30,000 in the trophy up top. 3 players left. And Big Al's yelling to the crowd to start clapping for Gerald. Love it. Norman, have you ever commented on a table where when fourth place got knocked out, third place, or the other players start saying, "Give this man an applause"?
As many final tables I have seen,
Yeah.
I have never seen that.
That's pretty sick,
Yeah,
right?
it's impressive. They've done it repeatedly. It's a joy to be around the joy.
Jason K. When this announcer did refer to ace 10 as a weak ace, I meant in his thought process. Don't worry, I agree with you that ace 10 is not a weak ace, but I believe that's why I was trying to consider the reason for his fold, my friend. Appreciate you watching with us. This is Bar Poker Open's Florida World Championship event. You may see a little different play style than what you're used to. These guys come from local bars that have free nightly poker events. And what they'll do is you can qualify in 2 steps for this opportunity, for this event. Win your local free bar night, you'll get a token. You play online, you can win a seat, and then come out here. And so some of these players are in for nearly $0. They're up for $30,000 for first place.
And three-handed remain. Pierre from Port St. Lucie, Florida, by way of Brooklyn. John is next to him, the chip leader. He is from Rhode Island. Big Al from Littlestown, PA.
Seven, ace, 9, 2 diamond flop. John flops a pair of aces.
There really are first-class dealers here, but we are three-handed. The dealer has one light bulb too many up there, and she should note that. I mean, I don't know why. It's just bad etiquette.
She should unscrew one with each player that gets knocked out.
Of course. Why else you have the light bulbs in your hair?
Not bad dealer.
Once again, with John G. with the best of it against Pierre. Pierre, no pair on the flop. He's got a couple of back doors, flush and straight draws, but he is behind. He is folded correctly again and again in these type of spots.
Pierre lets it go.
And John has had the best of the deck for a long time here at the final table.
We appreciate all you guys watching on, let's see, YouTube. Twitch. When I said that someone could be here for almost $0, that means that this tournament was a $300 buy-in plus 65 staffing fee, and players who qualified through either a local bar night or our online system, all they had to pay was just $65 to get in. While others had to pay the full $365. So someone could turn almost zero comparatively into $30,000 payday is what we're going for. But hey, find out more information at barpokeropen.com. You might find a bar league that is a perfect fit for you and your style of play. We'd love to see you out here someday, and maybe in Vegas, our next World Championship event. Last year's Vegas event paid $100K to first place. We got a lot of fun people too at Bar Poker Open.
Big Al with a master class on pretty much crawling through the pipes here. Short stacked at the final table. He's been below 10 bigs forever, and he keeps laddering up. Now guaranteed third place money of more than $8K. Pierre has been pretty snug. Pretty snug all around on this final table tonight, but just a lot of short stacks that were bunched with each other, maybe waiting for the others to go out so they can get to the better pay jumps.
So with these three players, we do have 3 leagues represented here, Norman, of our 29 leagues.
Yep.
Pierre right here in seat 2. He's from a local league. That's No Limit, Florida. John G's from EPT, Eastern Poker Tour. And Big Al plays on barpokeropen.com.
Well, Big Al has a playable hand in the small blind. But John G, who's had the best of this deck for quite a while, pocket eights, the better of it. Another fine fold there. He would have been all but out of here. So now Big Al on the button. Big blind next time will cost him $375 of his $450. So this is the hand he wants to see something in. Otherwise, he's pretty much forced to go in blind on the next hand.
Right. Aye, aye, aye.
He does let it go, the suited queen. He might have been called by Pierre in that small blind with the queen 10, and he would have been crushed. So, fortuitous move there for Big Al to give him one more hand, essentially. He could fold this, and he'd have $75K left, which is just a small blind.
Big Al has been a delight to talk to all weekend. A delight to watch this final table, too.
Let's see what he picks up here.
Oh, man. Come
spot.
on.
Just not right.
I mean, there could be a chop. It's just a 3 and a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So 2 suited hands. Let's see what we can find here. I guess we're rooting for a chop if we're rooting for Big Al. 8, 9, 4. Okay, we
got a chance for a chop.
We need another high card.
Pair of nines.
9, 9, jack.
King jack.
Yep.
It is indeed.
With the 8, yeah.
A chop.
That's right. Norman, do you and Lon have a chop song like they do over there at Poker Stars? Everyone loves a chop.
First of all, I love Joe Stapleton.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't love the chop song, but no, I do not sing. We do not sing. We speak. Subject, verb, object. We speak. We don't sing. We don't dance. We don't have a chop song. Capiche?
Sounds good.
Lon McCarron's with me on that.
Michael Wilson on YouTube chat says, this guy has more lives than Alley Cat. I mean, Big Al has been at risk a few times.
Well, he survived a bunch. Again, he doesn't want to see no 8 or 4 here. Ooh.
Oh, he's got the jack.
Another car.
No 6, please.
There we go.
Oh, my.
Another life.
Big Al got a little bit of applause when he doubled up. There's a lot of people out there, but most are written for other players, apparently. Al was saying he's got 2 people clapping for him, his wife and a stranger. That's great. Oh, Big Al jams immediately with ace-9. Blends just 75K, 150, 150. John G will lay down the 7 high.
Ooh, look who's climbed up to 8 big blinds.
I mean, 8.5. Yeah.
I'm tired of the decimal point. He's got to get over 10. By the way, this is the way you play a short stack from 2 standpoints, Jesse. First of all, he's made really correct folds and hanging around and waiting for the right spot. But I also believe just the table comportment, the way he handles himself, it's just upbeat. I think it keeps you in a better frame of mind.
I gotta ask you, how would you react if you had Big Al on your table while you're commenting on WSOP? It's on one of your feature tables.
It's what I used to say early on about Matiso and Negreanu and Helmuth, that when they're on a table, I should just send them part of my check because it just makes it much more enjoyable to watch. Mm-hmm. We have to talk less, and you just listen to them in their natural habitat playing poker.
Man alive, yeah.
Big Al's great. I know some people would get tired of it, but I find it to be a very positive energy.
All right, let's see what happens here. John G will fold from the button, 6-4. And Big Al doesn't try to steal from Pierre. Rightly so, he had a king high. Uh-oh. Big Al is talking about putting all his chips at risk. Queen 10 suited. Ay. Uh-oh. John G. Two-face card. Don't do it, John. He says, uh-oh. He saw John look at his cards and react with a little bit of strength. Oh, my gosh. Big Al's trying to talk him into folding. Oh, my. Blind's going to be up next hand we're hearing. It's nearly $1 million. John G makes the call. Queen 10. John G has not shown yet. King Jack versus Queen 10. Al says 1 time, 2 times. He's
another life for him.
Jack 4-6. He needs a queen. Oh, open-ended.
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
Will he survive?
No. Oh. Big Al out in 3rd place for just over $8,000. I mean, what a fun player to watch. $8,864 going to Big Al.
An impressive week here for Big Albert Harris.
That's right.
A couple of good paydays, a couple of great performances, deep runs.
Yeah.
And now we're heads up.
So what's going to happen to everybody at home watching? We appreciate you guys being with us. We're going to take a brief break for these 2 players, about 5 or 6 minutes. They're going to run to the bathroom. They're going to get the chips set up. We're going to bring the trophy out, all sorts of fun stuff. So We're going to send you on a little bit of break. We got some fun content for you to watch. Thanks so much. Norman, Chad, got any last words before we send them on break?
I hope never to see you again after tonight, but I love you.
All right, see you in a minute, guys.
Hi, welcome to the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship. I am Norman Chad here in West Palm Beach at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. You may know me from the World Series of Poker or from the Trailways bus station in Frederick, Maryland. Out in Las Vegas, they have the big boys. Well, here, this is just more for the common man. And so anyone can win this thing. The common man comes here. They flew me in coach all the way from the West Coast for this big event. Let's get to it. Why'd you join, and what's your favorite experience with it?
Just the fun of the game and having fun with it and meeting new people and joining the action and having the opportunity to meet somebody like you.
You're making me blush. And if you make this final table, you're not only going to be in the money, you're not going to have a chance for the $30,000 guaranteed first prize, but you get me commentating, mostly in English, on that final table, on the live stream. I will say the best things about you, if you give me a little, you know what I'm talking about. So come on down and follow. If you can't come on down, follow all the updates on Poker News. I like the hat. I like the beard. If you weren't taken, I'd marry you.
Thank you. You're pretty good looking yourself, sir.
Nuts. What's the best aspect of bar poker for you?
Oh, just getting out and seeing people, making a lot of friends. I have many friends just play poker.
How long have you been doing bar poker open?
I've been doing bar poker open probably for about 10 years. You open up at a bar across the street from my office about 10 years ago. I started going there Mondays and Tuesday nights, and even now 10 years later, we're still doing it.
Playing it that much, did that affect the fact that your place of work fired you?
Funny enough, my last day of work was last week.
We started with $395. We are down to the final table of 9. We will play to a winner, $30,000 up top. Let's see how it folds. We'll be there until we declare a winner. We are here on day 1A of the Bar Poker Open at the Florida World Championship. I am here with George. We just got underway a couple of minutes ago. What's your status, George?
I got knocked out.
Okay, we just started maybe 2 minutes ago, George.
It takes less than 2 minutes when you play poker.
Okay, so you played poorly, and are you double parked?
No, I'm not double parked. And I didn't play poorly. It was a fair hand, let's say.
But people generally, you get warmed up in a championship fight. There's no reason to put all your chips in the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, well, I flopped top pair with top kicker and got excited, so I called an all-in and lost.
I'm glad. There's no complaining about it, no whining about it, and you've acknowledged yourself to be, if not a bad player, certainly to play bad in that spot.
Okay, I'll concede that. I played bad in that spot.
Okay, George. Someone get him a water. I do understand you supposedly won something the other day.
Yes, I was at the bar at the Rock and Roll Poker Open, and I won first place at the senior event.
How much was that worth?
$11,000.
And how much was the entry for this?
$365.
So you're up a good amount, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right, so you went from first place to first out.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I went.
Not a bad plan if you're up almost $11,000.
True, very true.
Sir, what's your name? Where are you from?
Ian Alville, Stuart, Florida.
And what is your greatest accomplishment with Bar Poker Open?
Last year, 1 year ago today, actually got to the final table with some gentlemen right here at the exact same table. This should be the featured table as is right now. And I ended up getting lucky against a legend, and I won the main event.
Oh, you won the whole thing last year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dead cold sober, or were you drinking a little?
I was drinking a little. I was definitely not sober, but I wasn't overserved. Definitely not overserved. They're actually pretty stocked and ready for tomorrow and Monday, I heard. So I'm looking forward for the opportunity of what they've stocked.
You won last year. The deck hit you in the head, or were you playing really, really well?
I heard I played the best games of my life from the dealers that I normally play with. They said they'd never seen me play something like that.
And are you playing any differently this year to foul them up, or same game?
There's a couple different moves I've learned, so I might try them. I got earlier this gentleman used one against me. Haven't forgot it, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and play this hand.
Why don't you go and play this hand? Small pocket pair alert. Let's see if we can win this
On
thing.
TV, let's win one.
Tread lightly.
We
got a competition.
Got one. If you're my good luck charm, sir.
Let's hope so. We got a flop of Jack, Ace, King, Rainbow. Very wet flop. Neither wants to act. Another king. Four straight out there. Oh, why don't we take a shot at it? Take a shot at it.
Four of them.
Oh, Lord! Can you believe this? And you got a hand against that.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Live on TV, 4 kings flopped it.
Woo! You're welcome. You got it?
I need that video, baby. I need that.
Hi, I'm Norman Chad. Here are some tips to add some fun and some fear to your bar poker game. When bluffing, loudly declare, "This hand's so good, it should be framed," and then pull a frame out of your backpack and watch the lemmings fold. When it's time to show your cards, flip them over with flair and say, "Ba-bam!" Tell your opponent, call if you don't like money. And when they raise, walk away from the table like it never happened. Find your closest Bar Poker Open venue today at barpokeropen.com.
All right, you guys. Bye, Steffi. It was nice to talk to you. Thank you, lady. Oh, yeah. All right, we are back with our first hand back. Pierre's got ace-queen offsuit in the big blind. John G. We are heads up for all the money, you guys. $30,000 up top. $15,000 for second place. $30K plus. Don't forget that beautiful WPT gold passport and travel package. Oh, nice flop for Pierre. That's right. It was a bet from Pierre after the flop and called by John. Pierre all in for 3.9 million. First hand.
First hand heads up, and we will not see any more cards. I might be wrong. I might be right.
All right. So, what we were discovering, guys, is for the next 2 or 3 hands, not too many, John G's cards will not be shown.
Okay.
So, Norman, let's play a good old game of, what was it called? The old...
Whatever it was called, I was terrible at it.
Jack Link's mystery
Beef
hand?
jerky hand.
Beef jerky hand or something like that?
Yeah, and I had a horrendous record.
Really?
You know, even when they switched it to multiple choice, where I had a 1 in 4 chance of being right,
Yeah.
I was right about 1 out of 8 times.
Oh, man. That's great. Well, we know Pierre has 8-5 of spades. We will not know what John G has. So I'm going to get Norman to make his educated guesses anyways.
Okay, you know, I've never played heads up, no limit hold'em. How am I going to know? Okay, but John G on a Jack 7 offsuit.
Really? Pre-flop or after? My goodness.
Oh, I didn't see the flop. So probably doesn't have a Jack 7 offsuit.
Probably doesn't.
See how bad? What do I tell you?
Oh, but look, he's not folding either. You may not be wrong. we do have 2 leagues here being represented. Pierre with No Limit Poker, Florida. Yeah, that's a big raise. You might be right with Jack 7. Holy mackerel. What if you get your first one right, Norman?
That would be pretty funny. Well, he's representing at least, I think, a big ace here. I had it on Jack 7 offsuit. But I think he... Obviously, the ace would be ahead. Pierre has just nothing going on here with this flop. So we're not going to be able to see what John has. Heads up here. As I mentioned to you all earlier, Pierre on our left sells cars. John on the right says if he wins this, he might spend $30K on a new car. So it is a win-win for Pierre. He either wins $30K and the WPT package, or he's going to take the $30K from John, who's going to buy a car from him.
Boom. That's how it works. All right.
Well, he won't take the $30K, he just gets a commission.
1 or 2, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it works.
Something like that. All right. 10 Jack Queen 2 clubs. Pierre has the Queen 8 with 1 club. Top pair. Gut shot, straight draw. Norman, give us a guess with John G. Well, let's see what he does first. How quickly he folds or calls or raises.
Well, there's only 2 players. Pierre smashed this flop. Chances are John G did not smash this flop.
All right, now you can guess.
If he had a king or a 9, he would be staying.
10-3. He shows a 10.
Oh, he gives up the 10 and a good fold.
Yeah. Good bet there. I like John G. Nicely done. Nicely done.
So. And they are almost even in chips. We began heads up with John with a small lead on Pierre.
I just noticed this. John G's wearing an old school card player hat. I say old school.
Oh.
Probably from like 05, 06. I mean, it feels like. That's pretty fun. Four deuce offsuit for Pierre. 4 on the flop. Oh, and the lead. Okay, now you can make a bet, I guess, here for John G. I'll guess Jack 8.
Pierre flops bottom pair. Bottom pair not good enough for John on the last hand to call when Pierre bet. But this time Pierre is going to see another street. That missed John. John fires again. I had him on a drawing hand, and it looks like I'm wrong. He's fired the flop and fired the turn. I had him on a drawing hand in my head. I didn't say it out loud. But it appears that I'm wrong. I'm even telling you right now I'm wrong. I thought he might have queen 10, queen 9, or he might have had 2 spades. And he gets bottom pair to go away.
Yep.
And it's a couple of hands where we don't find out how wrong I am because we don't see John's cards.
Right. If you're watching for the first time, Bar Poker Open is a fantastic way to play poker with little to no risk, but lots of fun rewards. Check out barpokeropen.com. You can win your way to Vegas or Florida. We have 2 World Championship events a year. Our next one will be in the summer in Vegas. We usually keep this one around December. So, yeah, check it out, barpokeropen.com. Try to find the closest bar or venue to your place so you can play. We buy both live venues, and we also have an online option as well if you don't have a live venue close by. Check it out.
So Pierre here heads up, just trying to get feisty with Squadouche.
How would you define squadouche?
Squadouche is essentially when you got next to nothing. So 8, deuce, suited or off-suited is next to nothing. Even heads up. You do have to change your style here and there. And Pierre now can just close his eyes and hopes he gets lucky.
Pretty big miss for Pierre. Queen 9-4, 2 hearts. He does have the 8 of hearts. That is not much to speak of. Pretty much squadouche. Pierre still leads with about 400,000.
Both times, John with a fairly quick call.
I know.
Is not exactly a good sight.
I mean, can we guess like Queen 10 here for him? Queen 10, maybe a clubs? Queen 10?
Oh, I'm sorry. He raised, and that will be that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's too bad. There's a lot of chips in that pot now already. But with that body language, obviously we're not going to get him raising back, and he's got to give up and now put himself in his worst chip position against John here. Heads up as John goes to about a 2.5 to 1 chip lead on Pierre.
Yeah, John G has really been a force here at this final table after about the first 3 or 4 players got knocked out. Pierre was the chip leader from hand number 1 of this final table. And really his stack hasn't gotten too wild.
No, he gave up the chip lead to John G later in the action, but never fell below second. John G started the final table 3rd in chips, but well behind Pierre.
Jack 5-6, 2 diamonds. Pierre, well, here we know, 8 deuce.
8 deuce again. 8 deuce. He had 8 deuce of spades the last hand.
Yeah, he had 8 deuce for sure. Let's go quick, since I'm not going to play with it this time. What's up, Dennis and chat on Facebook? Appreciate you hanging out with us. You're watching the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship final table. Heads up. We started with 395 players. Started day 2 with just 40. And we're down to the final 2. $30,000 up top. What's up, Larry on YouTube? Love to write on Twitch. Andrew Williams, what's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. John West.
You want me to guess everybody's cards now?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
It's really hard, with no betting. I can't get a read on anything.
No.
Yeah.
Surrender announced.
Oh.
Okay. Queen High was good enough. Yeah, we couldn't see either. Nice, Susan. I like it. Dennis O'Hare on Facebook, Norm, says you're his hero.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Dennis O'Hare. He's watching us on Facebook right now.
Oh.
He said, Norman's my hero.
All right. I would tell Dennis.
You can tell him.
Oh, hey, Dennis, you need to, seriously, I appreciate it. You need to aim higher for your heroes.
No, I mean.
Oh, we have the cards. So I will tell you.
Let's go.
From body language, I put John G on pocket 3s or 4s. But I was wrong. Oh, it's pocket deuces. See,
I see. That's
so I've been pretty close, I think. We haven't seen his cards a lot.
That's how it works.
But,
I see. Interesting. All right. There's a raise from Pierre and a call from John. 9-6-4 Rainbow. $10 on the turn. Pierre.
Double gutter now for Pierre. So Oh, but John is going to be the one leading out. If he checked, I thought Pierre would just stab at it to take it.
Pierre down to his lowest point so far today, 2.8 million.
Yeah. This is a big pot for him now.
No kidding. No, I'll be down to 2.8. He'll just be down to a pot-sized bet for this after this card.
He did not get there.
Check from John. Action on Pierre. Does he ever just try to risk it for the biscuit?
Oh, he has not been in his position today. 2.2. As you said, pot size bet just behind. He's not going to do it.
No. He shows he missed his draws. Oh, he didn't have deuces. He had 9. 9-7? 9-8.
So
we thought it was deuces.
We had the.
He had pair nines.
Well, our card reader is.
It was a little funky there on John G. So.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense that he bet it. Okay.
Well, what we've seen him, maybe Pierre makes let's say he tries at it. We thought, oh, he'll fold his deuces, makes a snap call. Like, wait, what are you doing? That was wild. Hey guys, it's all computers these days. There's no cameras looking at cards like the old days, like when Norman was first getting started back in 03. Now it's RFID readers and cards have to be programmed and computer systems that sometimes malfunction. So no big deal. It was a little mistake, but we're good. Let's see the next hand.
Anyhow, 4.5 to 1 chip lead now for John G.
Oh no. An all-in from Pierre, who flops bottom pair, while John flopped top pair and made the call.
John has had the best of it between the two of them. It could be over here.
9 on the turn gives 2 pair to Pierre. But that's a straight for John on the river. What a roller coaster. Oh my gosh. That's it.
I don't even think he saw the straight. I'm not sure. I'm not sure John saw the straight.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. John G is our winner for $30,001 plus the WPT Gold passport going to Vegas to play for that $5 million free roll. Oh my goodness.
The accidental straight on the river.
Wow.
And John G.
Wow.
Is the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship winner.
Norman, he's out there waiting for you to interview him. So you should get out here. We should close you up. I'll do the ads and stuff. You run out. Norman, give us some farewell words to our wonderful audience who've been watching all day.
Well, it was a very steady performance from John G. He started third in chips. He never dipped very low. He had the best of it most of the time. Did not see any major missteps from him. Pierre played pretty snug and tight. Chip leader most of the time. Ended up second, which is respectable when you come in with the chip lead. So well done by both of them.
Fantastic. Norman, it's been a blast having you here for Bar Poker Open's Florida World Championship event. We will see you hopefully in Vegas. Guys, stay tuned to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter from Bar Poker Open. We've got some great videos that we've taken and more to come from Norman from this event. Norman, we're going to say goodbye to Norman while he goes out and does a quick interview with John G. Hopefully not too quick. I hope you got some good questions for him. Thank you, my friend. We're going to bring Nancy in. Nancy is a Palm Beach Kennel Club alumni. She's been around since the room opened 20-plus years ago, and she does a lot of the broadcast commentary. So she and I will help close this out. All right, come on in, Nancy.
Oh, thanks, Jesse. Oh, my God, it was spectacular. I was actually out there floating on the floor watching that whole thing transpire, and oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's wild.
It was just incredible.
So just to wrap up the last hand, Pierre flopped bottom pair and jammed. John had the jack for top pair on that 7-5 jack flop.
Absolutely.
The turn was a 9 giving, obviously Pierre 2 pair. You can still see the hand graphics here.
Exactly, and the river comes, which straightens John G
And John
out.
didn't even see it at first.
No,
You
No.
didn't see it first.
I know. I was, like I said, I was out there
It's so brutal.
assisting, and it was
So
unbelievable.
brutal. No kidding.
But you know what? The play on both players' parts have been just spectacular. This was a great final table, and everybody is just, I mean, I think they all just had great game, great play.
Yeah.
Pierre, as you said, went to this final table as a chip leader here, and to come home taking 15,000 change is not a bad payday.
At all. Big Al did a great job, too, going out in third with 8,864. I mean, we had a great final table, absolutely, up and down. And, yeah, these were, like Susan says in chat, these were the nicest players, really.
Oh,
I mean,
you're not kidding,
so fun.
Jesse. Absolutely. And Susan, absolutely correct.
So fun. All
It
right.
was.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. Before we leave, I'm going to show you guys a few of our videos to tell you more about our Bar Poker Open. Do me a favor. If you've never been before, head to barpokeropen.com. Look for your closest Bar Poker Open venue. We'd love for you to join us. Play on barpokeropen.com. Go to find a bar near you to play at, and hopefully you'll qualify in those 2 steps. We'll see you in Vegas or out here in Florida next time.
Absolutely right. And, everybody, please don't forget, just follow, like, subscribe.
That's right.
On Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, on X. We're on Twitter, Insta. All of social media venues have been covered here. And we'll be back to our normal streaming schedule here at Pbkc from Wednesday through Saturday. Actually, I'm back in this wonderful booth on Saturday.
Nice.
So we will be back streaming Wednesday. Don't forget, Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock. We're back live to do the Pbkc picks. And go on our website as well, pbkennelclub.com, and get all the information about our events that transpire and continue all through the year.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Jesse, and a pleasure it was to be with you and with Norman and everybody in the chat. Thank you so much, and the players. Awesome job.
It has been a blast, Nancy. Thank you. It's been great having Norman Chad here. What an amazing opportunity to have him out here. Guys, we'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Hi, welcome to the Bar Poker Open Florida World Championship. I am Norman Chad here in West Palm Beach at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. You may know me from the World Series of Poker or from the Trailways bus station in Frederick, Maryland. Out in Las Vegas, they have the big boys. Well, here, this is just more for the common man. And so anyone can win this thing. The common man comes here. They flew me in coach all the way from the West Coast for this big event. Let's get to it. Why'd you join, and what's your favorite experience with it?
Just the fun of the game and having fun with it and meeting new people and joining the action and having the opportunity to meet somebody like you.
You're making me blush. And if you make this final table, you're not only going to be in the money, you're not going to have a chance for the $30,000 guaranteed first prize, but you get me commentating, mostly in English, on that final table, on the live stream. I will say the best things about you, if you give me a little, you know what I'm talking about. So come on down and follow. If you can't come on down, follow all the updates on Poker News. I like the hat. I like the beard. If you weren't taken, I'd marry you.
Thank you. You're pretty good looking yourself, sir.
What, you nuts? What's the best aspect of bar poker for you?
Oh, just getting out and seeing people. Made a lot of friends. I have many friends just play poker.
How long have you been doing Bar Poker Open?
I've been doing Bar Poker Open probably for about 10 years. Opened up at a bar across the street from my office about 10 years ago. I started going there Mondays and Tuesday nights, and even now, 10 years later, we're still doing it.
Playing it that much, did that affect the fact that your place of work fired you?
Funny enough, my last day of work was last week.
We started with $395. We are down to the final table of 9. We will play to a winner, $30,000 up top. Let's see how it folds. We'll be there until we declare a winner. We are here on day 1A of the Bar Poker Open at the Florida World Championship. I am here with George. We just got underway a couple of minutes ago. What's your status, George?
I got knocked out.
Okay, we just started maybe 2 minutes ago, George.
It takes less than 2 minutes when you play poker.
Okay, so you played poorly, and are you double parked?
No, I'm not double parked. And I didn't play poorly. It was a fair hand, let's say.
But people generally, you get warmed up in a championship fight. There's no reason to put all your chips in the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, well, I swapped top pair with top kicker and got excited, so I called an all in and lost.
I'm glad. There's no complaining about it, no whining about it, and you've acknowledged yourself to be, if not a bad player, certainly to play bad in that spot.
Okay, I'll concede that. I played bad in that spot.
Okay, George. Someone get him a water. I do understand you supposedly won something the other day.
Yes, I was at the bar at the Rock and Roll Poker Open, and I won first place at the senior event.
How much was that worth?
$11,000.
And how much was the entry for this?
$365.
So you're up a good amount, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
All right, so you went from first place to first out.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I went.
Not a bad plan if you're up almost $11,000.
True, very true.
Sir, what's your name? Where are you from?
Ian Oval, Stewart, Florida.
And what is your greatest accomplishment with Bar Poker Open?
Last year, 1 year ago today, actually got to the final table with some gentlemen right here at the exact same table. This should be the featured table as is right now. And I ended up getting lucky against a legend, and I won the main event.
Oh, you won the whole thing last year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dead cold sober, or were you drinking a little?
I was drinking a little. I was definitely not sober, but I wasn't overserved. Definitely not overserved. They're actually pretty stocked and ready for tomorrow and Monday, I heard. So I'm looking forward for the opportunity of what they've stocked.
You won last year. The deck hit you in the head, or were you playing really, really well?
I heard I played the best games of my life from the dealers that I normally play with. They said they'd never seen me play something like that.
And are you playing any differently this year to foul them up, or same game?
There's a couple different moves I've learned, so I might try them. I got earlier this gentleman used one against me. I haven't forgot it, and I'm going to have to go ahead and play this hand.
Why don't you go and play this hand? Small pocket pair alert. Let's see if we can win this thing.
On TV, let's win one.
Tread lightly.
We got
a competition.
Got one. If you're my good luck charm, sir.
Let's hope so. We got a flop of Jack, Ace, King, Rainbow. Very wet flop. Leader wants to add another king. Four straight out there. Oh, why don't we take a shot at it? Take a shot at it.
4 of them.
Oh, Lord! Can you believe this? And you got a hand against that.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Live on TV, 4 kings flopped it. Woo!
Ian, you're welcome. You got it?
You good? I need that video, baby. I need that.
Hi, I'm Norman Chad. Here are some tips to add some fun and some fear to your bar poker game. When bluffing, loudly declare, "This hand's so good, it should be framed," and then pull a frame out of your backpack and watch the lemmings fold. When it's time to show your cards, flip them over with flair and say, "Ba-bam!" Tell your opponent, call if you don't like money. And when they raise, walk away from the table like it never happened. Find your closest Bar Poker Open venue today at barpokeropen.com.